What is up, Tenken fam? Get ready to dive headfirst into the absolute latest and greatest in the gaming universe, because the news cycle is moving at warp speed, and you, my friends, are not going to want to miss a single second of this. We've got updates that are going to shake up your entire gaming setup, from essential hardware deals that are too good to pass up. We're also exploring game-changing features, rolling out to more players than ever before. Plus, we're tackling the big questions about upcoming releases and what they mean for your collection. And we're digging into the real-world impact of studio decisions that ripple through the entire industry. This is your essential download of everything you need to know, right now. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Massive storage savings alert. Is your game library bursting at the seams? With modern games pushing storage limits to astronomical figures, that paltry 1 TB on your Xbox Series X might feel like a digital shoebox. Titles like Oblivion, remastered already hitting over 120 GB, and the looming promise of Grand Theft Auto VI potentially doubling that, the need for more space is undeniable. If you're tired of the constant delete and reinstall cycle, or just want to keep your favorite titles readily available, expansion storage is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Fortunately, Seagate has answered the call with a solution designed specifically for your Xbox Series X and S, and right now, it's making a triumphant return to its Black Friday price point, just in time for Labor Day. This is your chance to snag the Seagate 1 TB expansion card for a remarkable 19% discount. Typically retailing at $160, this sale slashes $30 off the price, bringing it down to an incredibly accessible $130 for a limited time. This means you can effectively double your Xbox Series X storage, adding a full terabyte of high-speed, dedicated space for your gaming needs, bringing your total usable capacity to a generous 2 terabytes. Setting it up is a breeze, a true plug-and-play experience. Forget fiddling with internal components or complex installations. This Seagate drive simply slots into the back of your Xbox, allowing you to start downloading games or transferring existing ones instantaneously. What truly sets this expansion card apart is its official licensing of the Xbox Velocity architecture, developed in partnership with Xbox and Microsoft. This is the same technology that powers the Xbox Series X's lightning-fast quick resume feature, enabling you to seamlessly switch between multiple games without ever seeing a title screen. Imagine finishing a thrilling race in Forza Horizon 5 and then jumping into a quick Fortnite match with friends, only to return to your race exactly where you left off, all thanks to this integrated architecture. When you play games from the Seagate expansion card, you can expect identical performance to playing directly from your console's internal drive. The licensed technology ensures that quick resume and all other accelerated memory and storage benefits are fully accessible, providing a completely fluid and uninterrupted gaming experience. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to expand your gaming horizons without breaking the bank. Grab the Seagate 1 TB expansion card for just $130 and keep your game library ready for action. This deal is a limited-time offer, so act fast to secure this essential upgrade for your Xbox. But is more storage the only upgrade on the horizon? We're also looking at how you can play more games with an exciting new expansion for Game Pass subscribers. Cloud gaming expands to more Game Pass tiers. Microsoft is significantly broadening access to its Xbox Cloud gaming service, a move poised to bring greater flexibility and accessibility to a wider audience of Game Pass subscribers. In a recent announcement, the company revealed that Xbox insiders who are part of the Game Pass Core or standard subscription tiers can now leverage cloud streaming for an expanded library of games. This exciting development also extends a special benefit to PC players, granting them cloud streaming access to select titles they already own through Microsoft accounts, regardless of their Game Pass subscription level. This means that even if you're not on the top-tier Ultimate plan, you can now experience the convenience of cloud gaming on your PC or compatible Windows handheld devices. Microsoft stated that this expansion is part of a larger strategy to enhance the PC gaming experience within the Xbox ecosystem, aiming to bring the beloved aspects of Xbox gaming to more platforms and in more ways. For PC gamers utilizing the Xbox app on Windows, this means bypassing the usual hardware requirements and storage limitations that can often be a barrier to entry. You can simply launch a game and start playing almost instantly, provided you have a stable internet connection. This initiative builds upon Microsoft's existing Xbox Play Anywhere program, which ensures that eligible games purchased digitally are playable on both Xbox consoles and Windows PCs. The integration of cloud streaming for more Game Pass tiers is a natural progression, further solidifying Microsoft's commitment to offering players choice and convenience. Previously, cloud streaming was exclusively available to Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. This latest update democratizes access, allowing more players to dive into the vast Game Pass library without needing the premium subscription. The implications for handheld PC gaming are particularly significant. With the upcoming release of devices like the Asus ROG Ally and ROG Ally X, which are developed in collaboration with Microsoft, cloud gaming becomes an even more compelling feature. These handhelds, while capable, may not always have the raw power to run the most demanding AAA titles at their highest settings. Xbox Cloud Gaming allows users to stream full-fidelity versions of their owned or Game Pass titles directly to these devices, offering a console-like experience on the go. This partnership and expanded service offering underscore Microsoft's ambition to make Xbox content accessible wherever and however players choose to engage with it, aiming to provide more control, more flexibility, and more reasons to play their way. This move is expected to boost the appeal of Game Pass and the Xbox ecosystem as a whole, especially among PC gamers and those interested in the burgeoning handheld PC market. But what about the games themselves? Will a highly anticipated sequel be joining the Game Pass family anytime soon? We're diving into the details of a major franchise's potential arrival. Borderlands 4, the Game Pass question looms. As the hype builds for the highly anticipated Borderlands 4, a crucial question on every gamer's mind is whether this next installment will be gracing the Xbox Game Pass library. While the game is slated for a September 12th launch on consoles and PC, with a Nintendo Switch 2 release following in October, Xbox Game Pass subscribers will unfortunately have to wait if they wish to play it on day one. Since Borderlands 4 is not a first-party title developed by Xbox Game Studios, a special Day 1 agreement with publisher 2K would have been necessary to include it in the Game Pass catalog from launch. Such a significant deal would typically be announced well in advance, and the absence of such an announcement indicates that direct purchase will be the only way to experience the game at its release. However, this doesn't entirely rule out a future appearance on Game Pass. The franchise has a history with the service. Borderlands 3 was available on Game Pass for several months, although it joined the service a considerable time after its initial release. Interestingly, Borderlands 3 was recently removed from the Game Pass catalog, a move that could potentially be a strategic decision by 2K to encourage players to purchase the new title, Borderlands 4, rather than relying on the subscription service. Fans hoping for a Game Pass inclusion should prepare for a potentially lengthy wait. With plans for multiple downloadable content expansions over the coming years, it's likely that Borderlands 4 will follow a similar trajectory to its predecessor, eventually making its way to Game Pass, but not immediately. For now, the developers are positioning Borderlands 4 as a premium, standalone experience. The narrative of Borderlands 4 picks up directly in the aftermath of the events of Borderlands 3, with the fate of Lilith, who sacrificed herself to save Pandora, remaining a central unresolved plot point. Players will find that Elpis, Pandora's moon, has mysteriously reappeared in a new and enigmatic location, the prison planet Kairos. This new world is a harsh and unforgiving environment, divided into 4 distinct regions, each under the dominion of its own formidable commander. On Kairos, 4 separate factions are locked in a perpetual struggle for control and survival. The Outbounders, led by the resourceful Rush, are survivors of a crash who are desperately trying to escape the planet's confines. The Augurs, under the command of Calder, are a reclusive group descended from miners, making their homes in the planet's treacherous mountain ranges. The Electi, led by Levine, are former elites who have been exiled and now live in the shadows of the planet's once privileged cities. Finally, the Rippers, a wild faction led by Callies, actively resist any form of cybernetic control, fighting for their freedom against oppressive forces. The game promises a return to the series' signature blend of chaotic action, loot-driven gameplay, and distinctive humor, set against the backdrop of this new, conflict-ridden planet. While we wait for potential Game Pass releases, the world of game development is also facing its own challenges. We're turning our attention to a major studio dealing with recent layoffs and the impact of a high-profile cancellation. Crystal Dynamics faces layoffs amidst Perfect Dark cancellation fallout. In a somber turn of events, Crystal Dynamics, the renowned studio behind the upcoming Tomb Raider title, has announced further layoffs in 2025, a decision that follows the earlier cancellation of Microsoft's Perfect Dark reboot. This news comes shortly after the studio experienced its own round of layoffs back in March, prior to the official confirmation of Perfect Dark's demise. The studio cited evolving business conditions as the reason for this difficult decision, stating on LinkedIn that it was necessary to ensure the long-term health of our studio and core creative priorities in a continually shifting market. Crystal Dynamics was one of the key development teams working on the Perfect Dark project, alongside the initiative. Following the cancellation of that game, the initiative itself was reportedly shut down by Microsoft last month. While the studio insists that work on its most anticipated project, the next installment in the Tomb Raider franchise, remains unaffected by these recent workforce reductions, the news casts a shadow over the industry. The statement expressed gratitude to those impacted, acknowledging their hard work and talent, and pledged to offer support during their transition. It also reassured teams, players, and partners of their continued commitment to building a creative, sustainable, and resilient tomorrow together. The gaming industry has been navigating a challenging period, with rising costs associated with AAA game development, coupled with factors like trade tariffs and inflation, placing significant pressure on studios. These economic headwinds have unfortunately led to a wave of studio closures and workforce reductions across the sector. Many are hoping that the individuals affected by these layoffs will quickly find new opportunities at other development studios, contributing their skills to new projects. The cancellation of Perfect Dark, a title that had generated considerable anticipation, and now these subsequent layoffs at Crystal Dynamics, highlight the volatile nature of game development and the sometimes harsh realities of the market. Fans are eagerly awaiting more information about the next Tomb Raider game, hoping for a smooth development process and a successful launch that will secure the studio's future. The industry watches closely, hoping for stability and continued innovation from studios like Crystal Dynamics as they navigate these complex times. And that brings us to the end of our news roundup today. But before you go, let's quickly recap the biggest stories we covered. That's a wrap on today's Essential Gaming Updates. We saw Seagate storage drop back to Black Friday prices, Game Pass cloud gaming expand to more tiers, the big question about Borderlands 4 hitting Game Pass, and studio layoffs impacting Crystal Dynamics. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to Tenken for all your gaming news, ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop, drop a comment below to let us know your thoughts, and follow us on all our socials for even more content. We'll see you in the next one.